All right, y'all. Let's talk about Cuba. So remember, we still got the Iran thing going. It's gonna get settled. China has the most to gain. Russia wants to come down, go to sell out to Asia. Africa has a big battle going on, but Cuba, we need to talk. So as you can see, we cannot deal with Cuba like we're dealing with Iran. The distances involved between Cuba, Key West, and Cuba and the Yucatan. These trade lanes that we got there, that's our lifeline. I mean, we get so much shit through the Gulf. It's insane. And that would cut off the Panama Canal too because of these trade lanes going out that way. Can't deal with it like we had with Venezuela. I guarantee you right now, drones and Syntax are flooding into that island. Every single one of our adversaries in the world is doing it right now, and they're putting it in any cargo container, anything. Like, we can't even blockade like we did in 62. So, 61, we did the Bay of Pigs. CIA had a flawed plan in the first place. Kennedy didn't back them with the airstrikes to maintain more deniability. The fucking invasion failed, and then a year later, Khrushchev sent nukes into Cuba in order to pressure us to remove ours from Turkey, which ended up happening. But we came down to the wire there. It's 13 days where we were literally staring down the gun barrel in nuclear war. And we only thought they had 90 missiles on the time of the invasion that we were planning to go in that Monday. They had 180. And Castro gave the authority to the local commanders that in the face of a U.S. attack, he fucking used them. So we would only have taken out half, the ones that we knew of. We would all have been burnt to a cinder. So here we are, half a century later, more than half a century later. And Cuba's teetering. We cut off Venezuela, cutting off their... We can't even really fully cut off their banking because of all crypto and all this other. But the broader point is, warfare has changed. Drones, Syntax, cannot have these trade lanes cut off. So we need to reach a diplomatic solution and an economic one. And if the Cubans were smart, they would take gold and U.S. securities to guarantee the deal. But we don't want them to have that. Okay? So, the propaganda on Bitcoin and Fed notes will persist. Because remember, those are poison pills we want our adversaries to have. Who's Satoshi? Where are the bags? Boom, drop the bag. They get left with nothing. Ha! So, here we are with Cuba. Now, remember, we got a base in Guantanamo Bay. That's on the southern end. But it's the northern end that we really need to look at, because that's right off by Key West. And over to the Yucatan. That's not a big distance for a drone to go. I mean, drones are doing that in Ukraine and in Iran right now. So, if we don't get a deal, we have to invade. There's no question. It must happen. And this is also why Florida is experiencing such a great economy. And the onerous government is being reduced upon the Floridian city's citizenry, so that way when military presence happens, they're a lot less lax. You know, they're like, okay, we don't have to pay property taxes. It's no big deal. See how they throw the citizens a bone? You know what I mean? So, if we don't reach a deal with Cuba, we have to invade. There is no question whatsoever about it. And the more the Iran thing goes on, you know, it will get settled, but it's really bringing into focus the Cuba thing, because they're going to do the same fucking tactics. And everybody in Washington and the Pentagon is looking at this, and they're saying the same shit I am. If we don't get a deal, we got to go in.